are additional regulations for some new downtown developments designed to make it more convenient for employees to ride their bikes to work. The issue, letting people know where the empty spaces are located just as they're arriving downtown. Yoga is believed to have a calming effect on adults who practice it, and it apparently works on babies too. When 30-year-old Zukra Supiva was sworn in as a West Palm Beach police officer, she could hardly contain her emotions.
I want to thank you, my mom and my little sister, for always being here for me.
The daughter of a single mom who'd immigrated from Kazakhstan, Officer Supiva had worked as a 911 dispatcher for over 5 years, helping people in distress over the phone, sometimes in Russian. It was during that time, connecting cops to crime scenes, that Supiva finally decided to follow her dream and become a police officer.
Each call that we've had, I'm always like, man, I wish I was out there.
And so she did, through 6 months of training at the police academy, followed by more at the department.
I'm in charge, right?
Learning how to deal with combative suspects, how to safely use handcuffs and shackles, and also how to talk to people in the field to de-escalate situations.
Women have to have that verbal judo, per se, and better communication skills with individuals to be able to talk them down instead of going hands-on right away.
And she was chomping at the bit to get started.
I cannot wait.
She doesn't have to wait anymore.
This is going to be the case number with the ticket right here. And then, yep.
Now, with many action-packed 12-hour shifts already under her belt, Supiva says,
It's good. A little bit nerve-wracking, but it's good, exciting.
Like all new hires, Supiva is paired with an experienced field training officer who serves as a mentor and shows her the ropes.
We figure out exactly where the collision was. Was it in the middle of the road?
But while it might be more exciting to be out in the field, it's also a lot more dangerous, and her mom still worries.
Let's just say I get a few more extra "I love you, be safe" text messages throughout the day.
In any case, just a few months into her new job, Supiva feels this is exactly what she's meant to do, and she hopes to be doing it for a very long time. You're still sure you want to do this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
I love it. It's been my dream. It'll never change. I remind myself every day why I do this, and I'll never give up. So I'm here to stay.
This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for WPB TV. Last-minute preparations for this West Palm Beach City crew before they head out to help with Hurricane Ian recovery efforts on the Gulf Coast.
You can just change back on this.
Each piece of equipment must be in good working order, and they're bringing lots of backups, from spare tires to extra fuel and multiple generators. They're also packing plenty of food, water, even their own stove. Since they'll be gone for at least a week, maybe much longer, probably sleeping on the floor somewhere, some had to think long and hard before volunteering.
I'm leaving my cozy bed, my home, my son, my wife.
But in the end, after the hurricane thankfully bypassed our area, the thought of paying it forward made it easier to step up to the plate.
If it was the shoe on the other foot, I would definitely appreciate the help, and I know that they appreciate our help.
Victor Freeman feels the same way.
It's all worth it, Just think about people. You got people over there that don't even have a place to go, so me sleeping on a blow-up bed for a few days, that's nothing, because I know I got a home to come back to.
This 9-person public utilities crew hopes to restore water service to devastated areas, even bringing along their own water pipes. But they're likely to do much more, clearing debris as they go, just to get to where they're needed. You feel like you're ready to go?
Yes, ma'am. Realistically, we stay ready. This is just the fine tunes to kind of get everything up that way.
And when the fine-tuning was finished, they hit the road with plans to do everything in their power to help. This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for WPB TV. As firefighters prepared for the climb to the top of this building, a solemn reminder of the reason why they're doing it: the loss of nearly 3,000 people, including 343 first responders in the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
It was our first responders who ran to
Many of these firefighters were little kids when the planes hit the World Trade Center in New York. Zach Thompson and Nolan Lynch, both 25 years old, barely remember it.
I think I was 4 when it happened. I just remember my dad telling me when I came home. I think I was in kindergarten at the time.
But now that they're grown men and firefighters, they want to make sure no one ever forgets.
We do this to not only, raise awareness, but to commemorate everyone's lives that were lost that day, especially the first responders.
West Palm Beach Fire Chief Diana Matty says that's the whole point.
A majority of our fire department wasn't on the job when 9/11 happened, so they don't know those emotions from that day. They were children or not even born. So the fact that so many of them are out here to remember, to memorialize an event that occurred before they were even born, it just shows that when we say we'll never forget, we really mean it.
And so, along with their fellow firefighters and some police officers, they headed up and down the stairs 5 times to symbolize the height of the Twin Towers. Many of those making the climb wore full gear, as their counterparts did on that terrible day. Some were joined by friends and relatives, children matching them step by step. Who's your walking partner? Who are you with? Everybody. And even babies like this little guy. The first few rounds relatively easy, but later many stopped to rest and rehydrate at the top before ringing the bell and heading right back down again for yet another circuit.
You're done?
No. Then finally, they were finished.
How did it feel?
Amazing. Let's go, USA!
This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for WPB TV. Marcus Laws spends a lot of his time walking around West Palm Beach talking to people who may be homeless.
You got somewhere that you staying right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I ain't never been like this.
As the city's new homeless services coordinator, working within the Department of Housing and Community Development, Marcus is tasked with finding out who needs help and how to match individuals with available programs and services.
To make sure that all agencies within the city of West Palm Beach and Greater Palm Beach County are working together efficiently and effectively in serving homeless population.
His appointment is one of the ways Mayor Keith James is addressing the issue of homelessness, partnering with local nonprofits and businesses to provide services for homeless people and to reach the people who need those services. At the top of the list, assistance in finding affordable housing.
I ain't done nothing.
You ain't did nothing?
Marcus helps clients by finding out what services they qualify for due to low income, disability, veteran status, or a variety of other options, and then helping them apply for those services if they agree to do so. Sometimes, Marcus says, those who could use help aren't ready to accept it, especially if they're substance abusers or suffering from mental illness or have been homeless for a long time.
I mean, it's something to think about,
Even when they do agree to apply for housing, there may be nothing available right away. The city is planning to build more affordable housing developments like the newly opened Georgian Gardens, as well as upcoming supportive housing for people with medical and mental health issues. Still, even when there is housing available, Marcus says convincing some of those who've been on the streets for a long time to accept his help is never easy.
And that's something you're interested in, want to try out?
I'll give you a call.
Give me a call? Okay. You do need a lot of empathy. You do need a lot of patience in order to do this. I find more important than either one of those is an imagination, because you have to be able to see beyond what somebody looks like and what they're going through and see a person that needs help and remember that's somebody's child and then be able to show them love.
Marcus developed that empathy, patience, and imagination in part because of his own firsthand experiences.
When I graduated from college, I was homeless for a period, sleeping in my car.
And perhaps because he's never forgotten what that was like, Marcus is especially careful to show respect to those he deals with, no matter what their circumstances may be.
He's going to help you get off the street?
Yeah, alcoholism, AA, whatnot.
Not gonna lie, I done heroin like yesterday.
Yeah.
But I'm I'm gonna get there one day. I know I'm gonna be clean one day.
I know.
His clients don't have to go it alone, and Marcus doesn't either, because the city is teaming up with nonprofits like Mental Health America, which provides psychological counseling right on the street, and local homeless advocate The Lord's Place, which offers a variety of services. In part because of their efforts, homelessness in West Palm Beach is already down 24%. But it's a complex issue, with some winding up on the streets because of drug or alcohol addictions, others due to abusive relationships, still others because incomes haven't kept up with the high cost of housing in South Florida. Marcus says he knows there is a lot of work to be done, but he and his partners will be right there to do it. This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for WPB TV. Esther Bondaref knows a lot about the animals at the Palm Beach Zoo.
Say hi. Say I'm so pretty.
After all, she once chaired the zoo's board of directors. She's been volunteering for 27 years, going through the same training as everyone else.
They taught me to be patient, which is a difficult thing for me, and to greet everybody the same way.
But what makes her different is her age. Esther is 99 years old and still going strong. Her philosophy is simple.
If you want to stick around, you have to move your body and your mind. And you have an interest to get up for in the morning.
She gets up in the morning to help with the crowd at shows like this one and behind the scenes, too.
There you go. Thank you.
Kids who run into the zoo's oldest docent can expect a pop quiz.
What does the frog say? Ribbit, ribbit.
And while most who meet her admire Esther's get up and go, some people just don't get it.
They think I'm nuts. They thought I should be home, maybe sitting in a wheelchair and knitting or something.
Esther says that's not going to happen because, according to her, this is the new 99, and she's not planning to slow down anytime soon. This is Sheryl Kahn reporting for WPB TV.